Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mark's Backyard Birds. Well, one of the most frequent questions that we answer, or I answer, Ruth answers, all my people answer every day at the brick and mortar store, the retail store, Backyard Bird Center, is what is the best bird seed mix? What blend is the best to attract the greatest variety of birds, and which one should I choose? So I have addressed it in other programs and lives and things like that, but I thought I would do a video because it's been a while since I have addressed it and put that out there because bird feeder season, the official bird feeder season for us, especially here in the Midwest, is we say typically mid-November through July. And I know you guys up north, it starts a little earlier. Maybe you guys down south a little slower, a little after that. But so we're headed into the bird feeding season and getting my input on what are good quality bird seeds is today's topic. So I'll start with this. There are two major types of seed. And let's get this one added. Okay, we're going to have to edit that out. There are two major types of seed. There are, well, food, I should say, because there are seeds and there are grains. And most of the birds you want to attract to your bird feeders, what we call the quality birds, a lot of the cardinals, chickadees, titmice, the woodpeckers, the guys you really, really want to see at your feeders are seed eaters. And what are seed? The seeds are like in this mixture is laying four different choices here. The one in the upper right is a mixture of sunflower, safflower, and peanuts. Some striped sunflower thrown in there as well. And this is what you primarily want to feed birds. And this is good quality mix without a lot of waste. Now, the other type of food that is available on the market, a lot of it, and cheaper mixes are the grains. And grains are millet and milo and cracked corn. And I can tell you that every taste test, every birdseed feeding article you will read, anything where they do what birds prefer to eat out there with in magazines and websites and things like that, grains are way down on the preference list of birds. Cracked corn is one of the lowest, it turns out, all the time. And Milo, which is a lot of what's in this, you see that like the little red BBs, that is way down, and it is cheap to grow. And so a lot of bird seed companies put a lot of that in a bag of bird seed because it's heavy and it takes up space and it gets to the 50 pounds or the 40 pounds or 25 pounds really quickly. And then they might sprinkle in a little bit of sunflower and things in there to make it look good. And then people complain that nothing's eating their seed, or when they go out there, all these red BBs or Milo is in the bottom of their feeders and haven't been eaten. Again, it is you get what you pay for, and the key ingredient in most good quality birdseed mixes is black oil sunflower, high in oil, high in fat. Very good for the birds. It has a soft coat, so even small birds like goldfinches can crack it open very easily. So, really good quality bird seed mixes are going to be based with black oil sunflower. And the very first one that we showed you there, you see how black that little plate is, because that's mainly black oil sunflower. And there's some striped sunflower and some Nutrisaf in there as well. And then some peanuts for diversity. So, if you're a person that likes to try to get as many different kind of birds as you can to your bird feeder stations, know that the workhorse, if you will, the basis of your bird feeder station will be either black oil sunflower by itself or a mix that is strong with black oil sunflower. And that is certainly what you're going to want to feed the most of. Now, there are lots of other seed and things to think about here. The black oil sunflower has a hull, and I know it's very messy. generates a lot of holes on the ground underneath you. So there are alternatives to it. There are hull-less seed mixes. Like this is Mark's No Waste blend I sell, and it is mainly sunflower hearts, the medium kernels and whole kernels, and there's some peanut hearts in there and some mixed tree nuts, things like that. But there's no waste here, and there's no germination with this. So this is basically the sunflower seed without the hulls on it. And some people prefer that and need that. Like if you live in an apartment and you can't have holes falling on your neighbors down below, then hull-less seed mixes may be your only choice because you can feed in a situation like that. But some people also feel sorry for the dove and things like that, the bigger birds, and maybe they want to feed the sparrows and things like that. Well, the juncos being a good primary example of one that we really like to feed, and so we end up feeding that on the ground. And I came up with a ground mix. Where is it? Not that one. That one. Here it is. This is my ground throw mix. Millet, the little tiny white BBs, even smaller than the Milo, is actually a decent seed, a quality seed. But the problem with it, millet in a good bird seed mix is it tends to attract a ton of sparrows and also blackbirds. So my golden rule is thou shalt not put millet in a quality birdseed mix. So I made my own mix that's a little bit quality. It's millet, sunflower, and safflower, and I call it ground throw. And I throw that on bare patches on the ground in the winter months, especially to take care of my juncos and white-throated sparrows, white-crowned sparrows, because they love the millet seed. Some people will put millet in a finch mixture. Let's see, where is my finch mix? Oh, here it is. And this is my finch mix, which is Niger seed and fine sunflower chips. And I feed that out of my finch feeders, and I go through a ton of this in the winter months. But I've had people buy or tell me about finch mixes that throw millet in there. Yes, goldfinches will eat millet. I'm not saying they will not. But what I have always found that is if I mix that millet in with the black tie, then the sparrows, the house sparrows, English sparrows tend to take over that finch feeder, and I don't want that. So I keep the millet separate from my quality seeds, if I will, in my bird feeders. And then I give the millet on the ground where my ground feeding birds that I love so much, my sparrows, and I put it down there for them, especially in the winter months, and they love it. But I keep that millet up out of my bird feeders. So, when you look at a good, the different seed mixes on your grocery store shelves or in your bird seed store, hopefully where you buy good bird seed, there will be choices, and I want you to look at those. This is, I don't know if I can get this much bigger than that. I'll try. From upper right is the highest quality, the sunflower, safflower. Then the one below that is the ground throw, which is a good quality that it doesn't have a lot of junk fillers, but it's mainly for the ground. And then these other two are classic mixes that have a ton of Milo, cracked corn, things like that in it. And the one on the upper left is actually an example. And somebody brought us in a bag of what was left out of their birdseed bag they had bought at a grocery store and put it in their feeders. And this was all left in the bottom of their feeder that nobody would eat. So there is a difference in quality birdseed. You get what you pay for. If you buy a cheap birdseed mix and you're not eating it, have you wasted your money? Of course you have. So invest in good quality birdseed, and know that that Blackwell sunflower is definitely the basis and the best seed there is all around for your birds. So that's my guide to quality birdseed mixes, and I hope you learn from that, and hopefully that can help you out. And sometimes I know that it's harder to find some quality mixes because in certain areas, some of the stores can only sell the cheapest bags of bird seed that they can get. And a lot of times those are the ones that are filled with the millet and the Milo and things like that. So ask for sunflower seed, ask for a good quality mix. I've done a whole nother program, and I'll put a link to it about how I feel about mixes with fruit in it, and let you take a look at that and watch that video. But that's Mark's guide to good quality birdseed mixes in the upcoming bird feed season. I hope this one helps. Have a great day. Give us a like, give us a share. Please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell Until next time, let's talk birds.